Well, Fritz is invited into classrooms to augment the curriculum. This is the third year. We keep getting invited back because his impact is so powerful.
Hello, my name is Fritz Ottenheimer. 38 years ago, I celebrated the 50th anniversary of my birth. I'll let you figure out the arithmetic. Born in Germany in 1925, so I was 8 years old when Hitler came to power. Things got kind of rough after that. My parents had a little store in Constance. That was the name of my old hometown. They lost it very early because people stopped coming to our store. They had loudspeakers set up yelling at the people, "Don't buy from Jews, buy from Germans." My father had been a German soldier during World War I, fighting for his fatherland. Well, not German anymore. When he got to his store, there was a stormtrooper standing in front of the store. And my father spread out his World War medals in the store window, stepped outside and rolled up the sleeve on his arm, exposing his war injury where a bullet had gone through his arm. People came up and talked to the stormtrooper, said, "You're making a mistake. Mr. Ottenheimer is a good German. He risked his life for us."
He has such a story to tell them, and the story is valuable. He gives a perspective that nobody else gives. He talks to kids who are 13 about being 13 in Hitler's Germany.
We had one family staying with us overnight because there was a law at that time that Jews were not permitted to stay at hotels or eat at restaurants. And they told us what they were there for, and they knew nothing about the geography of Constance. Where is the Swiss border? Well, we'll show you. And the following morning, my father took these people for about a 10-minute walk from our apartment and he pointed to a little creek and said, "That's the border. The other side is Switzerland. Good luck." And we had lots of company after that. People came directly to our apartment for the purpose of being smuggled into Switzerland. A criminal police department inspector showed up. Turned out to be an old army buddy of my father's from World War I. He knew exactly what we were doing, and he offered to take care of getting him across the border. This was not typical of Germany. This was not typical of especially the German police force, but there were these exceptions.
For a long time, I wasn't really aware of how deep his story was and how many layers it had. And I've heard Fritz's story probably 36 times, and I heard stuff today that I haven't heard before.
We were lucky. We had relatives in the United States who, back in 1936, I believe, sponsored us for immigration. Finally got our visa to come to the United States in May of 1939 when I was 14. I went through high school, and after graduation, I became a member of the United States Army. I did have the privilege of taking part in the final drive across Germany at the end of the war. So while my father had been a German soldier fighting for his fatherland in World War I had now become an American soldier fighting against my fatherland in World War II.
Watching him work is just beautiful. He's a living legacy. I think he's a treasure.
Es ist besser Unrecht leiden, als wir Unrecht tun. It's better to endure injustice than to commit injustice.